Welcome to Digging Deep, where we're launching a brand new series called Safety Scoops. In each episode, I'll have the mic for about 5 to 10 minutes to delve into a specific excavation safety topic. Whether it's understanding soil types, implementing proper shoring techniques, or navigating regulatory compliance, we'll cover it all. If the information is new to you or just a refresher, we hope to help you stay safe. So tune in, grab your hard hat, and let's dig into essential knowledge to ensure every excavation is a safe one. Welcome to Safety Scoops. Trenching and excavation are vital components of construction and infrastructure projects, enabling the installation of utilities and structures underground. However, these activities pose significant risks to workers, including cave-ins, falls, and exposure to hazardous atmospheres. In this episode, we explore the importance of safety measures in trenching and excavation, emphasizing OSHA regulations, safe work practices, and real-life case studies to underscore the critical need for prioritizing safety in these operations. In February of this year, there was a fatality from a trench collapse in Shawnee, Oklahoma. KOCO Channel 5 had this to report.
Evan and Jess, this is the construction site where Shawnee police say a worker died after a trench collapsed on him. Now, police have not released that worker's name or what exactly happened here, but the Oklahoma Safety Council told me today that accidents like this can be prevented.
Anytime they say it'll only take me a minute, I always have reason to pause because, everything is just safe enough until it isn't.
A construction site in Shawnee, now the scene of a fatality accident. Drone 5 shows the site police responded to Wednesday afternoon after they say other workers noticed someone was missing. That worker not yet identified, but police say he was working on pipes on site. The Oklahoma Safety Council now warning workers of the dangers of trenches.
In a trench collapse, the weight of a cubic yard of earth is almost as much as a Volkswagen. So the earth is very heavy, and it depends a lot on the water in the soil as well, because that can add to the weight. Trenches that are over 5 feet in depth have to be protected by either sloping, shoring, or shielding. Employees need to be trained. There has to be a means of egress, a way to control water, just basic safety precautions that are minimum requirements.
Now, as the investigation continues, the Safety Council says employees who see something at a construction site should say something.
As a worker, you have a right to a safe and healthful workplace. You have a right to speak up when something is unsafe and to have those hazards addressed. You want to do what you need to do to protect yourself so that you can go home to your family at the end of every day.
Now, again, investigators have not released any details about this collapse, like how deep that trench was or what safety measures were in place here at this site. Now, OSHA did tell us today they're investigating. That investigation, though, could take up to 6 months. Reporting live in Shawnee, Elise Jones, KOCO 5 News.
Before you forget everything you just heard, remember this. Human nature often inclines us to believe in our own invulnerability or exceptionalism, despite evidence to the contrary. This phenomenon can be attributed to several psychological factors. One is optimism bias. Humans tend to be optimistic about their future outcomes, believing that they are less likely to experience negative events compared to others. This bias helps maintain a positive outlook and mental well-being. 2. Personal control. Believing that we have control over our lives gives us a sense of security. When faced with stories of misfortune happening to others, we may subconsciously distance ourselves from those situations, reassuring ourselves that we have the power to avoid similar outcomes. 3. Selective attention. We often focus on information that confirms our existing beliefs or desires. When we hear about negative events happening to others, we may downplay their significance or attribute them to specific circumstances that we believe do not apply to us. 4. Limited emotional connection. Hearing about unfortunate events happening to others may evoke empathy, but the emotional impact tends to be less intense compared to experiencing those events firsthand. This emotional distance can contribute to the belief that such events are remote possibilities for ourselves. 5. Cognitive dissonance. Acknowledging the possibility of negative events happening to us contradicts our desire for safety and security. To reduce cognitive dissonance, we may rationalize away the likelihood of such events occurring in our lives. Number 6. Survivorship bias. We are often exposed to stories of people overcoming adversity, which can reinforce the belief that we too will be able to navigate challenges unscathed. These psychological tendencies, while natural, can sometimes lead to an irrational decision making or lack of preparedness for potential risks. However, they also serve important functions in maintaining mental well being and motivation. Balancing optimism with realistic assessment of risk can help us make more informed decisions and better prepare for the unexpected. Be sure to subscribe and follow our podcast as we dig deep into the world of excavation safety. From trench collapses to utility strikes, each episode uncovers crucial insights and practical tips to keep you and your team safe on the job. Join us as we explore the essential topics, interview experts, and share real-life stories from the trenches. Get ready to excavate knowledge and build a safer future, one episode at a time. Trenching and excavation are essential processes in construction and infrastructure projects, facilitating the installation of utilities, foundations, and underground structures. While these activities are crucial, they also pose significant risks to workers if proper safety measures are not observed. In this episode, we're going to dive into those fundamentals of trenching and excavation, the associated hazards, safety measures, OSHA requirements, and real-life case studies to underscore the importance of safety in these operations. Trenching involves the excavation of narrow channels in the ground, typically deeper than they are wide. Excavation, on the other hand, refers to the removal of earth or rock from a site to create a cavity or open space. Both processes play vital roles in construction, providing access for laying pipes, cables, or constructing foundations. Despite their importance, trenching and excavation work come with inherent dangers. One of the most significant risks is cave-ins, where the walls of a trench collapse, burying workers beneath tons of soil. Other hazards include falls into excavations, struck by incidents from falling equipment or materials, and exposure to hazardous atmospheres such as toxic gases or low oxygen levels. The importance of safety measures in trenching and excavation cannot be overstated. According to OSHA, trench collapses are among the leading causes of fatalities in the construction industry. In 2019 alone, trenching and excavation accidents resulted in 17 fatalities. These statistics highlight the urgent need for stringent safety protocols to protect workers' lives. OSHA has established regulations specifically aimed at safeguarding workers engaged in trenching and excavation activities. OSHA 1926, Subpart P, outlines comprehensive requirements for the design, installation, and maintenance of protective systems, soil classification, and access egress provisions. Compliance with these regulations is essential to mitigate the risk associated with trenching and excavation work. Adhering to safe work practices is paramount to prevent accidents and injuries in trenching and excavation. Proper soil classification is fundamental as it determines the stability of trench walls and the type of protective system required. Employing protective systems such as shoring, shielding, or sloping can significantly reduce the risk of cave-ins. Regular equipment inspection, adequate training for workers, and strict adherence to safety protocols further enhance job site safety. Examining real-life case studies of trenching and excavation accidents provides valuable insights into the consequences of safety lapses. For instance, a recent incident involved a trench collapse that trapped 2 workers underground, resulting in severe injuries and 1 fatality. Investigations revealed inadequate shoring and failure to conduct soil testing as primary contributing factors. By highlighting such incidents, we can underscore the critical importance of prioritizing safety at every stage of trenching and excavation projects. In conclusion, trenching and excavation are indispensable processes in construction and infrastructure development. However, they come with inherent risks that demand utmost attention to safety. By understanding the hazards, adhering to OSHA regulations, and implementing robust safety measures, we can mitigate the risk and protect workers' lives. Let us prioritize safety in trenching and excavation to ensure that every worker returns home safely at the end of the day. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Safety Scoops. Remember, safety is paramount in every excavation project. By staying informed and implementing best practices, we can ensure that everyone returns home safely at the end of the day. Keep digging into safety knowledge, and together, Let's make every excavation site a safer place. Stay safe and see you in the next episode of Safety Scoops.